are you saying, or should we infer that in some ways, through your experience, South cinema is, or the opportunities you've had are more meaningful than what happens elsewhere in the country, in Bollywood, in the North?
You know, honestly,
I'll
tell you, I'm going to tell you very
controversy
honestly.
hunting.
No.
I'm just asking, is it more meaningful? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
I'm not taking it as that. I'll tell you something. See, people have a kind of typical understanding of what it is to be challenged, etc., etc. But I today, again, very confidently can say that a film in which I am there for 25 minutes can be as beautiful to me and as amazing a journey, like suppose a Padmavat, where there were 4 principal actors and characters. All of them had more screen time than me, but I loved what I did. I mean, in terms of, I'm not saying that I did well, I'm just saying I just enjoyed working and I loved how people received it. And that can be as beautiful for me as, say, a Katravali Day, which is Manisha's film, where I am in every single frame of that film. Yeah. Having said that, in terms of quantity, yes. Every single film that I have worked in the South has been very satisfying for me in terms of my experience and the challenge. And the fact that people have really waited for me and written for me and really nurtured me. In Hindi, I've sort of learned as I go along, I've stumbled, and then I've kind of found my way and been like, okay, this is how it is that I want to work. But it really happened to me after I did Manisha's film. After I did Katravali Day, I was just like, oh my God, this is what it is. I mean, like, it's really about, you don't have to like go out there and prove anything to anybody constantly and feel that kind of pressure. It's really about, you know, it's about, like, for me, it's so important to be a child on set, to have that kind of nurturing environment and to be free. And I know that if I work with people and directors where I'm left free, and I know that if I fall off that cliff, you know, I want to be able to run to the edge of the cliff and be free. And if I fall off that cliff, somebody will catch me and put me back on that cliff and say, fly again. I like those experiences. I yearn for them. It's almost like a addiction. And I think that started for me after Katravali Day, and I continuously look for more experiences like that.
Since you mentioned Padmavat, I'm going to jump to something else that's been occupying a lot of us who've been covering what's going on in the cinema world right now, and that is the issue of crackdowns, of censorship. We'll come to OTT in just a bit. You've done quite a bit of work there as well, but on things like there are strictures now where small sensitivities sometimes blow up into bigger issues. There are, non-state groups that take over these causes, like Padmavat experienced as well. Tell us what that was like, as a member of the crew, of the cast of Padmavat, and the way you see how people react to shows and movies right now. How does that make you feel?
This is a very difficult one because, it's going to be my understanding of it. Yeah. See, I tend to be a little idealistic in the way that I think, and I have this very sort of almost naive childlike, oh, we should all love each other and we should all just why can't we all just let each other breathe, etc. But I have also been brought up like that, and I truly believe these things, but I know that the world is not like that. Having said that, I still like to function, in a way that I still keep the belief alive, the magic alive. And so I find it unfathomable why somebody would literally strangle an artist's vision, And I feel that somewhere as a society, we need to understand who is an artist, and the fact that artistic freedom is very important. Freedom of speech is very important. Freedom for an artist is very important. And I find that societies grow through, from there. That is what it is all about to me, okay? So I don't understand it at all. having said that, it is a reality that we deal with. It makes me sad, but it is a reality that we deal with. And also, like the first point that I made, that it is important for us to understand who is an artist and who is being manipulative. So I think that's the difference, right? There is maybe manipulation at one end, and there is something who just wants to tell you a story. There is someone who just wants to tell you a story, and I feel that that person deserves the respect and artistic freedom to be able to tell that story. And I feel that all of us, as a society, you know, we are a beautiful country. We are so syncretic. We are so multicultural, lingual, all of the above. Yes. And I feel that we have, you know, we have been a country which has been there has been so much mutual respect for every kind of person in this country. So why, I mean, I think that is the most beautiful thing about our country, and it is very important to protect that.